Hello, I'm Kyle. I'm the technical content developer at Maple Systems. Welcome to the Maple Systems video training series. So what is a PID? Proportional, integral, and derivative. The basic idea of a PID controller is to read a sensor, then compute the desired actual output by calculating proportional, integral, and derivative responses and summing those three components to compute the output. The PID controller attempts to minimize the error over time. P accounts for present values of the error, I accounts for past values, and D is predicted future values. A PID would be used to keep something constant, like temperature, for example. First, the set point or set value is also called the target value. This is the value you want to reach. This is the main goal. So after adjusting proportional, integral, and derivative controls, this is the value you want to meet. And of course, the PID controller, not only can this be a controller, but it can also be a PLC or I/O module. You can use a PLC as a PID controller. And all of the Maple Systems PLCs have the ability to perform PID control using the control software Maple Logic. And then your parameter to control, this is also the heater or the oven that you are trying to control. And then the process variable or process value. This is the sensor or the meter that you're using. This is the current measurement of the control variable. Sometimes the result of a PID calculation is called the manipulative value. So when all of the values are added together, that value is sometimes called the manipulative value, which will get you to the set value or the target value. Something else that uses PID control is the cruise control in your vehicle. First, you get to the speed you want to be at, then set your cruise control. So the set value is what you set your cruise control at. The cruise control sends output signals to your throttle to regulate the speed. The throttle is your control variable. A speed sensor provides the control loop feedback to tell the cruise if the car should speed up or slow down. The speed sensor is your process value or process variable. So a PID can keep an automated process like temperature, pressure, or flow constant automatically. They use a control loop feedback or process variable to monitor where the output should be, coming in the form of sensors or meters. The P in PID stands for proportional, or proportional gain, or proportional band. You can also use the abbreviation KP. This determines how fast the system responds. Adjusting the proportional gain properly will result in less oscillation when headed towards the set value or target value. The I in PID stands for integral, often called reset. This parameter is also called KI or TI. It determines how fast the steady state error is removed. Adjusting the integral properly will result in less oscillation when headed towards the set value. The integral control or reset is based on the time it takes to reach a target value or set value. It cuts down the error from the proportional gain, so it tries to eliminate any deviation. So there's something called residual deviation. This is the difference between the target value or set value and the controlled variable or process variable. To overcome this deviation, integral is used. So when you use proportional and integral together, the target value or set value is easier to reach. The D in PID is derivative, or seconds and minutes. The purpose of the derivative constants is predicting change. It acts as the rate of change in the constant variable. The value of this parameter is how far in the future you want to predict this rate of change. It can create a faster response in the loop and a better performing loop as well. However, the process variable must be a very clean signal, so no noise in the signal. Most of the time, you will just be using the P and the I in PID. Most processes will be done with just these two controls. The overall goal is to get a nice even trend line with minimal oscillation. The first step in tuning your controller is how much adjustment you'll need to make without serious implications to the process. So, we'll be using proportional gain and repeats per minute, or also called integral, or KI. So if your process variable changes quickly and changes to the control variable, you will start with a low gain, possibly as low as 0.1, while adjusting your reset to 1 in 10 repeats per minute. Conversely, if the process variable changes slowly, start with higher gains and lower reset. The proportional gain will be between 2 and 8, and 0.05 and 0.5 for the reset, making sure to only adjusting the parameters one at a time. Continue this pattern until you have achieved a stable process. A measured approach is starting with the low gain with integral and derivative disabled. As you incrementally adjust the gain by doubling the value, the process begins to oscillate, so adjust the gain value down by 50%. Now apply a small integral value and monitor the process. Double the value incrementally until oscillations occur. Then cut the integral by 50%. After this, you should be close to the set value and begin the fine-tuning process. So, to sum this up, you will most likely only have to use the P and the I in your PID for most of your processes. You would just incrementally adjust your P and I controllers until you achieve a nice stable process. This is all I'll be covering today. In the next video, I'll be covering the PID configurations and connecting to a PLC in the control software Maple Logic. Thank you for watching.